Going up and down the hill with those things. Her
I
package
live
is kind of
for
by
Green Lake.
equal. Oh, you can have that packet too. There's 2 extra packets.
So it was a planned surgery.
Yeah.
Not a.
I needed it.
Yeah, and then I couldn't figure out why there was only 1 shoe in my entryway, and I was like, oh yeah, she can't wear 2 shoes.
What'd you do?
Tore my meniscus and some ligaments behind my knee.
I feel like we should have extra chairs for them to put their feet in.
Yeah. Nice.
Brenda, do you was picking you up
I
after?
jumped
My dad.
and my knee went out.
Oh, you did?
And then I had to come back down. Luckily,
She's at
I'm not
soccer.
much of,
Oh.
Right now.
it wasn't like, oh,
She'll be
this
at
high.
soccer till
I
5:30,
would,
you'll have to just ask her.
high enough to spot.
Maybe hang out a lot.
I was unloading a truck today too, and I'm jumping down.
They
and I'm
have
like,
been hanging out a lot, it's been
I
at my
shouldn't do this
house.
anymore. Like,
I would have been there too, so I would've been there, so.
oh.
I would do for sure.
We've been having lightsaber wars on Vulcan. There's 9 teams that come out. It's gonna be for dark, and then when they realized there's cameras on my house, I had to show them the videos. Everything's on camera.
Yeah. People don't realize that.
No. That was a couple Saturdays ago, and then Monday we had another bunch of them out.
Too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They realized it.
Yeah.
You were caught on
It's
camera.
stupid.
So does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Last board meeting online, I tried to watch it.
I did too.
I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere.
Oh, we were having technical difficulties last week, weren't we?
Yeah.
Because remember, she couldn't sign into the
I wasn't here.
Me neither.
You weren't
Yeah.
here Sunday,
But we thought it was signed in.
I wasn't here, man.
I thought she was.
I was here for most of it. I left at the end because I had to go. It was going on, and I was like, I have these.
Yeah, it's not up. I was gonna text Joe.
Oh, are you ready?
Yep.
Do this.
Everybody else ready?
Ready?
Call to order the regular meeting of Independent School District 695, Chisholm, Minnesota. Noah, can you form roll call, please?
Yes. Director Raha,
Here.
Director Lappy,
Here.
Director Rhonda Sauter,
Here.
Director Karati Simon.
Here.
Director Rice.
Here.
Chair Casey.
Here, and make note that our student representative Serenity Friend is also. Up next, approving the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by
Support.
Director Rhonda Sauter, support by Director Lappy. Any discussion, additions, subtractions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And 3, public comments. Sarah, that would be you. Do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay.
Let me go right up here.
Moving on to approval of the consent agenda. I entertain a motion for that.
I'll make the motion with the addition.
Motion by Director Rhonda Sauter,
Support here.
support by Director Raha. The addition is item. Which one that was? Item A. Accepting a grant from True North Star Perkins Consortium. That will be item. What do you, I,
Had him around for that today.
and just so we don't confuse everybody, from now on, I am going to insist that if we have any resignations, rescinding hirings, that they should go under the personnel and not under the consent agenda.
Just because we have a section for it, it makes sense.
Mhm.
I agree.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So items under the consent agenda. These are the minutes of the June 8th, 2026 regular meeting. Approval of leave of absence extension for AFME Local Union 536 for Jamie Moberg, effective July 26th, 2026 to July 26th, 2027. Accept the resignation from Rob Kepler, afternoon custodian and bus driver, effective July 24th, 2026, for the purpose of retirement. Rescinding the job offer to Roy Rutherford as .85 science teacher, effective June 15, 2026, due to non-acceptance of contract. Accept letter of resignation from Kylie Laidlaw as paraprofessional, effective June 16, 2026. Approve the service agreement for transportation of children and youth, foster care placement. Approve the purchase from Apple Store for education in the amount of $79,942.50 for student iPads for the 2026-2027 school year. That probably should have went under his business. And approve the Power School contract for Schoology for the period of October 1st, 2026 through September 30th, 2027, and authorize payment of $8,852.40.
Yeah, did you do the other two?
And item I is accepting the grant from True North Star Perkins Consortium in the amount of $529.76 for Travis Rocky to attend the two-day Daktronics Video Summit in Eagan, Minnesota. And approve the sponsorship agreement with Gym Sports Club for the new scoreboard at $2,500 annually for a 5-year commitment beginning in 2026. Those are the two additions.
I thought we were moving that second one to the administrative.
Yeah, I already have. Agenda.
I think it's for if you say that's not a contract, I'm going to stream business and resolutions should be at the personnel.
And then we have J.
And I think Danny already made a motion and Bob supported it.
Right. So that is the consent agenda before you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, reports. Anything from committees? I know the finance committee and Cindy sat in with the meeting with Noah and representatives of our bargaining units discussing upcoming changes or increases to the medical insurance. Is that correct? Looking at a 22% increase.
Yep.
So that, I believe that automatically triggers some discussions with the bargaining units. So we will continue those discussions as we get more information. Noah, do you have anything else to add to that?
No, one of the things we were looking at was having an additional plan option that had a different deductible than our other two plans that we offered. But just as a way to have another plan option that would have a cheaper premium. And we talked about, what the potential contribution from the district would be as far as the deductible on the third plan option. So we'll have continued discussions on that.
Okay, Cindy, do you have anything to add?
I can see, I was a little bit shell shocked by it. I mean, that insurance is just something else. But Ask Me wasn't there, which kind of disappointed me. Because they're part of this whole thing. I wish somebody, and I know the president, she was out of town and I get that. But I was a little disappointed, I'll say that there was nobody from Ask Me there because it's a big deal. And we need people to be taking this insurance. We need that. And it's, I think there's going to be a lot of discussion. Down the road.
In order to, I think what Director Rice is alluding to is that there's a certain trigger point where Northeast Service Co-op will take us on. Is that correct? Is it 50 employees or 50% of the employees?
Yeah, it's 50% of your eligible employees.
And we are at,
We were at like 44%.
I said 48, so I was off. But still, I mean, that's not that, but I'm a little baffled by the whole, you know. I don't like all that. That seems to me that is not, there's not enough percentage there to me that they shouldn't be taking us, but I guess that's just all up for discussion.
I had a discussion today. This threshold BS, and that's what I said it was, it's BS. But here's the point. The point of it is, when you add people to your insurance rolls that are not full-time, it creates a problem as far as numbers goes. It used to be in the day 0.5. That's it. If you're not 0.5, you don't get it. That's the way it went. All of a sudden now, we have part-time bus drivers, we have part-time this, part-time that. Understanding that we want jobs, I get all of that. But you're penalizing your people, because what ends up happening is if they don't take the health insurance, everybody else's goes like this.
Right.
And needless to say, I'm a little annoyed. I bring up Cindy's point about AFSCME not showing up and they haven't shown up for years. And again, hey, they can do what they want. But when their choices are affecting the bottom line of this district, which is an educational district, we're standing, we pay wages, we pay benefits, we do all of that. How much is it worth? How much is it worth to have your rates go like this every year? Now, the co-op, they have their rules, and so does Medica. That's the way it is. Blue Cross has no rules. They'll take you if you're one. And they have. I sat in on a session at the co-op about a group that had one contract. And they took them. Because they don't care. They're not even local. Okay. Everybody knows my position as far as the co-op goes. I support them. And if they could help us, they would. But I'm not going to quit on this. So just be prepared. There's more coming.
and I think it, Mr. Kaiser, correct me if I am wrong. A point as Director Raha said, a 0.5, they get thrown into a formula. They don't count as one person of those employed. Does that make sense? So you take the 4 or 5 people that are 0.5 hires and they come into some sort of formula as 2 or 2.1 or something like that, FTEs.
Well, I believe if they work more than 20 hours a week, that's the threshold that they would be eligible for, under our insurance plan. And then that is the number that the co-op looks at in terms of our total eligible versus total employees
Okay,
on the plan. So, yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, okay. I can understand that. I
Any
get it.
other committee reports or questions? Finance Committee? Moving on, Ms. Friend, do you have anything to report?
Nothing to report other than there's a volunteer day, June 26th, day of action, and it'd be a great opportunity to get some volunteer hours. I know a lot of scholarships require at least some volunteer hours. If students want to do that, that'd be great.
So what is volunteer day? Where do they report or?
If you go online, if you look up Day of Action at Chisholm, and it'll pop up a site, and on the site it says what you can do, how to sign up. I think you can still sign up now, but you won't get a guaranteed shirt. As if
Through the
you,
United Way, yeah.
yep,
Is that this thing?
I posted it on our Facebook.
You did, okay.
Yeah.
The link is on there.
And someday I'll go back on Facebook. Someday. Mr. Rocky, anything you'd like to add? Report on?
Do you want me to talk about the handbook now or wait until you get to that?
You can certainly talk about it now if you'd like.
Okay, so I have two things then. So I emailed about an hour and a half ago to you all, which I don't expect you to have looked at it by now. But
Yeah.
just so you know, it's in your email, the most updated version of the handbook. So we still have time to make changes to it before it becomes finalized. We have to go through at least one more meeting before it does. Couple of things I added, I got some feedback from Cindy to add the policy numbers to, for example, the attendance policy that's listed in here. It's now says attendance policy and requirements, in parentheses 504. That's the school district policy. And then there's a couple of other ones, a transportation policy, and then one other one that I referenced in here. So those are in here now. And then the other thing I added was some feedback I got from Chair Casey about summer school, regarding to summer school. So right now, the way it's written is that if a student attends summer school, meets the requirements, passes their classes that they failed fourth quarter, they would be eligible on the first day of practice in the fall. That's the way it currently reads right now. That's the way that I've been following since I became AD. It's just never been part of the policy. So that's currently the way it sits as of right now. The other bullet point that came up for discussion was if we wanted to raise or lower the grade point average in regard to our
And
our
our policy, and I posed that question to Mr. Baki. Chisholm does have a higher requirement, 2.0. And other communities have a policy that state if they could be a D- student, but if they are making improvement, they're eligible. I guess I like the 2.0. However, it does limit some students that would like to participate in other activities.
Has it come up a lot where kids that are below a 2 want to come and say, well, oh, I can't play because I don't have a 2 point? I mean, do they come to you and say that?
So actually, no, it doesn't happen often. I've had it happen to me one time since I've been AD where somebody passed all their classes, had no Fs, but they were below a 2.0. And
And
so they were ineligible and they were not able to go to summer school because they didn't fail. And so that's where the argument came from, was because that student was ineligible in the fall.
that's great. Right. I mean, and is there not like somehow that, I mean, for how often that happens? You said one time. I mean, isn't there some way it could be, you know, is if the kid is improving, is trying to get those grades up? I mean,
Well,
isn't there?
that's what I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't you,
Like a case by case?
almost a case by case, you know, and some, you know. And be very specific that this is a case by case and these are the rules. I mean, and, you know, because I mean, if there's somebody who really wants to and, you know, they struggle, I mean, I get that, but to get a 2 point, I mean, I don't think that is difficult, but maybe if you gave that kid a chance, maybe he would get that and he would continue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't.
So maybe like something like if you have below a 2.0, but no Fs, the principal in 80 would
Discuss,
Taken under
make it,
advisement.
take it under advisement,
Yeah.
yeah, something
Okay.
like that, you know, and
Kind of an anomaly, like you said, it doesn't happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a little contract, you know, that you
Yeah.
signed, I mean, just to.
That you're
give them
working for
that.
improvement, you get credit for this, taking some.
They're not all in the sprint.
But another issue I can see is that is students taking advantage of that. I mean, I don't think it's too hard to get a 2.0. So. Yeah.
I mean, it would have to
Case by case.
definitely be on a trial basis to see what would happen with it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But, I mean, yeah, no, I agree, to get it. To get it 2 points, shouldn't be that, no problem.
Anything else?
The only other thing is, back a few meetings, I told you that I would, that I was going to start looking into TERP options. I have made contact with 4 different companies. I got numbers back from one, which I'll give to you guys, after your meeting's done. But this one, I was a little surprised, to do a softball field turf was 412,000. To do a baseball field, was slightly over $1 million. And to do a football field was about 900,000, which is interesting. But you have to remember, our current baseball field that we have, that we use for varsity, is bigger than Target Field. So take that into perspective, that's how much turf that you would be, you know, so. Yeah, if we were to pursue anything in baseball, we would be bringing those fences way in, because they do not need to be that deep.
Runs here.
So anyway, that's, I assume that's why the number is
Players here, hello.
inflated.
So if we do get turf, would it be turf for all 3 fields, or would we just select which 1 or 2 we wanted?
It depends on how much money. You know, I still have, I'm actually going to the Rams meeting on Thursday. I'm gonna try to talk to Grant and Cal while I'm there. For his name's drawing a blank.
Oh.
From Hibbing,
Paul Peltier?
no, our senator.
Oh, sorry.
Farnsworth, thank you. So I still want to talk to them, because I have seen in the last 8 years that I've been on city council, I have seen multiple cities and school districts in the bonding bills for field work and lights. So I think that we absolutely need to pursue that before we make any decisions. But just in your world, as you're thinking about capital projects and as you're thinking about, you know, things like that, those are the initial numbers that came in for me. I think it would be in my dream world, I would make one field that supports all of our teams. But the problem you'd have there is you'd have to clean slate the fields, which would cost a lot of money, bulldoze. And you couldn't use the current football field, which includes a track, because the elevation is so much higher on the track than it is on the other fields. To bring enough fill in to level that would cost an enormous amount of money. So,
They use the stuff from the demo.
yeah,
Well,
Travis, is it just, can you, is it not uncommon if you do a football field that you can do softball within the football with the right, like just.
yes, no, that's very common. However, in our instance, we have the track. And so I don't know that
But
it
you
would
would be able to
be,
level it out.
yeah, I don't know if a football field or a softball field would fit cleanly on a turf football field with the track in the current location it's in. But yes, in an ideal world, you'd want football and softball together, and then baseball would have to be separate.
and as a reminder, I believe we were, once the demolition, that's all taken take care of. We're gonna have some type of practice
Green
area
space.
over there. So why have that some stir for just grass with dandelions, who knows?
Still becomes.
Any other questions for Mr. Baki? Thank you. Moving on. Under personnel, we have the hiring of Kylie Ladela for job number 340.5, special education teacher effective July 1, 2026, contingent upon approval from Pelsby.
Support.
Motion by Director Raha, supported by Director Lappy. Any discussion? So somewhere along the line, we're gonna be posting for another paraprofessional, being that Kylie was a para, and now we're hiring her as a sped teacher. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and welcome to the Ladela. Under administrative business. Approve resolution number 26-06-22. This is the acceptance of donations. This is from the Martirano family for $1,400 for the school district, Gym Sports Club, $50 to Safety Town, and Independent Electric, $50 to Safety Town.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Director Price Simon.
Support.
Support by Director Rice. Oh, can you take roll call, please?
Yep, Director Raha,
Yes.
Director Lappy,
Yes.
Director Rhonda Sauter,
Yes.
Director Karati Simon,
Yes.
Director Rice,
Yes.
Chair Casey.
Yes. Motion carries. And again, we'd like to thank those, the Martiranos, Gym Sports Club, and Independent Electric for their contributions. The second reading of the activities handbook is, Mr. Baki has stated is there, so we'll probably make some final changes or not. We'll have the final reading at our next meeting. And then we have the first reading of the Independent School District 695 Student Handbook for 26-27. That, all the administrative business, anything under discussion? Anybody, information? I will mention, just come to my attention, that we did have some unauthorized entry into the school over the weekend,
Weekend?
this weekend. There was some minor damage, things of that nature. Talking to Mr. Malani, the police has been notified, and it is now in their hands.
We had on video, I assume.
I believe we have it on camera. So, which brings up my next piece of information, that we've had some questions about our volunteers, coaches getting access to the gym, as their fobs have been taken from them. As a volunteer coach, we've already given you authorization, or to get them into the gym, all you have to do is get a coach to let them in, Mr. Hockey to let them in, or maybe Mr. Malani or somebody of authority, I guess, not one of us.
In general.
In general,
Yeah, so just, I guess, it's important to know, I guess, a little background on that, so. We had to make a decision as a district between whether we were gonna hire volunteers. Or volunteer coaches. Now.
Right.
Talking with the coaches, I don't want. To get in the, if for some sports, it makes sense to have a volunteer coach, like football, for example. But every person that wants to volunteer their time to like kids in the gym, I do not want them as a coach, because if they are hired as a coach, they have much more responsibilities. They have much more access to things, they can request things. So we said no, so they're only volunteers. So the only way that they can get into this building should be by me or the coach. That's, that's what we're going forward with. It's not, I know it's gonna take a little while before people like it or accept it, because there are some people that have keys that are now not gonna have keys, which is better for the district
And you're making it
in the long run.
so you don't just give them your fob and say, oh,
Correct.
here you go.
Well, yeah,
Come
I
in.
mean,
Come and get it, and I mean, but make sure they give it back.
well,
That's where it all started, was that
yeah,
one person would give a key and then it got stretched and then another one would get a key and pretty soon you had so many keys, you didn't even know who was coming and going.
right. Well, only the coaches should have keys at this point, aside from myself and Mr. Milani.
I like that.
But yeah, so I mean, they have to plan ahead, because if no one's in town, you're not getting in.
Well, and and I want to add to that, being a volunteer, if you were running a practice for several of the athletes, that's one thing. But if you're coming in just for your particular,
Group of,
um,
yeah.
Team.
team, or you're just bringing in
One or two kids.
one or two kids and not holding a practice, then that's a little different.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Um,
But all those volunteers still have to go through the whole
Correct.
right.
trade,
And
background.
because, I mean, where do you stop it? All of a sudden a parent says, well, I want to volunteer because my son or daughter may or may not want to play basketball, but they want to shoot just to see if they like it. I mean, where does it stop? So I think our policy is fair.
But it's not open all the time either. It's used
Yeah.
by other groups, like
What
camps.
you'd like to say something?
So would that apply when a sport has two coaches, only one of them have a key, or would both of those coaches have a key when they're hired coaches?
If they're a hired coach, they all have keys.
Okay, so
Yes. So a head coach, an assistant coach, and a junior high coach would
But
have.
those coaches can't, those assistant coaches can't just give keys to
No,
Joe Blow off the street.
no,
The-
I mean, no, they're not supposed to do that at all, yeah.
It would kind of like make the keys real ineffective.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what was going on around here for years and years and years.
well, to be
You-
fair, during the school move, keys are going everywhere because, they have to get
Yeah.
in between the buildings.
There's always exceptions to the rule, but.
Yeah. Everyone did at one point, 'cause we're all moving stuff, we're all moving. I'm pretty sure we're all getting back, but.
But yeah, I used to get scared. I'd be here at work and it's like a total stranger in the school, like, who are you? Why are you here? Oh, I got a key because I'm gonna take, 5 of the kids in. No, go.
I don't wanna come.
It's gonna be bad.
Your point is well taken. Because you have people wandering through here, and we've all seen it through the years. But if you're not a head coach or an assistant coach, and if you are a head coach and assistant coach and you're handing here, boy, look out, because if anything happens in here, it's on you.
Terrence, I was just curious about the walking track for public, and how does that work? Like, people can only come during.
Yeah,
That's probably gonna be.
that's the way it's gonna be, because that's the way it currently is now, even when they were allowed, when they walked through the halls of this building.
It should be a community ed thing,
They
just
had
like,
to-
ours.
All the
Yeah.
certain hours, right?
They had to sign in when they got here, they had to sign in.
I mean, and that was always through community ed. Why would that change? Just because there's a walking track now? It
No, it
shouldn't
shouldn't.
change.
It
So there's
shouldn't.
just certain hours that they can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will not, the hours will not be every day, because they will not be happening during an event. unless they want to pay to get into the event, then.
Wait.
And also, everybody keep yourself open for the parade. The parade is August 1st. And at 3 o'clock, and we've got,
Yeah.
it's later this year, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm
Kind of
happy.
things flow from day to night a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have that ghost player game at noon at the field, so.
And we've got,
We had 3 instead of noon. Yeah.
we got the pencils and stickers, got stickers of. the
Amanda's already
buildings.
signed up, so you're usually right.
We'll
with them.
probably, and we won't even take a Suburban this year just because like, but you still have, who has the banner? I wonder.
It's in the bus garage.
Oh, okay, still in there, okay.
By the way, did we ever get a mascot costume or no?
Working on it. We have the design and just, it's, you would not believe how hard it is to find a
Seamstress.
non-Chinese company. And I don't mean that negatively, but
Just,
like someone who can give me a mock-up, who can give me,
there's not enough talent somewhere that could make one for us. Like they made the table cover for the auditorium and, somebody, so I ordered bulk from Mary DeBevick, ordered me bulk material to make the rail cover, which is probably still there. I just sewed it together.
Whose idea was it to have a mascot?
So we had one when I was in high school.
Okay,
And I don't know when what happened to it. I couldn't tell you. But Carson Mackey, props to him. During basketball, he bugged me the whole season about I will 100% wear it for girls' games. I come to every game, and so then that prompted me to have the survey.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
so.
That'll be
I
fun.
mean, it'll be great.
so would the mascot be at all the sporting events?
It'll probably fall in Marissa's lap. Whether she wants to know that or not, but
Serenity, you're gonna be wearing that costume.
I'm not wearing that costume.
That other one, ooh, I don't know, I think it was Julie Garage. She got stuck in it. She got stuck in it or something. I remember.
I almost wonder if you could have a volunteering thing. You could volunteer to be the costume and then get volunteer hours.
Yes,
Well,
I'm saying volunteer hours.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
there you can.
Or you can put.
Yeah.
College.
And they don't really care what you're volunteering
Yeah.
at. So if you're volunteering as a Blue Streak, they'll be perfectly happy to accept that on a college application. I should share with you guys what, they had bricks laying out there. For, I don't know, people were taking them. I didn't know if, what was going on with them, but I
I
told
saw
somebody
workers
about it.
collecting them this morning, like
And
staff that were working.
in her rock garden, this is what somebody did. with
Oh,
the
how cool.
bricks.
That's really neat. So you're saying like a resident just came and took bricks?
They had them all laying right by the road.
They're a lot
where
more
you-
ambitious than I am.
Yeah.
You could take it.
Yeah, they are.
you don't want to rock garden?
It's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
other information that we have? Seeing no other business before us, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion.
I will support it.
Motion by Director Raha, followed by Director Anasazi. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Carried, it's time to cut 37.
Okay.
Wait, is it 503 or 502?